एच की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
एमडीएच की देगी मिर्च।
Iran is boiling. Iranians are protesting against the Khamenei regime. U.S. President Donald Trump has urged Iranians to keep protesting and take over institutions, and has assured them that help is on the way.
Well, no, they're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Iran is boiling. Iranians are protesting against the Khamenei regime. U.S. President Donald Trump has urged Iranians to keep protesting and take over institutions, and has assured them that help is on the way.
Well, no, they're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination. Well, if they do that, we'll consider things targets that they wouldn't believe. If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before. They won't even believe it. I have options that are so strong. So, I mean, if they...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Well, hello and welcome viewers. You're watching Republic TV and I'm Priyanka Chaudhary. The row surrounding Shankaracharya is only escalating. We get you the details on all the top developments coming in on that story. But first, the headlines. Donald Trump takes a big U-turn, rolls back tariff imposed on NATO countries, framework ready for future deal on Greenland.
And yet I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. Did you ever think of that? It's a good way of looking at it. They're smart. China is very smart. They make them, they sell them for a fortune. They sell them to the stupid people that buy them, but they don't use them themselves.
Donald Trump at his Davos speech abuses Europe, says stupid people buy windmill. Trump calls Prime Minister Modi fantastic leader at Davos, says we are going to have a good deal. It's election season in Tamil Nadu. Union Minister Piyush Goyal meets AIADMK Chief Edapati Palaniswamy, says Tamil Nadu will witness change under the NDA. Of conspiracy, anything you want to say about it? Rani Kapoor is calling to dissolve the family trust. Do you have to say anything on it? Priya, any response? Sanjay Kapoor's mother, Rani Kapoor, moves Delhi High Court against daughter-in-law Priya Sachdev. Republic questions Priya, but she remains silent. We get you breaking news coming on top of this hour. Special Court of the National Investigation Agency on Wednesday sentenced a key accused to 10 years of rigorous imprisonment in Pakistan-linked case relating to recruitment and radicalization of Muslim youth for the banned Lashkar-e-Taiba terror organization in West Bengal. Syed M. Idris of Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka has been convicted and sentenced to concurrently under various sections of the Indian Penal Code and to Unlawful Activities Act, with the maximum sentence of 10 years rigorous imprisonment as per the orders of the NIA Special Court at Kolkata. The accused has also been fined a sum of rupees 70,000. News and developments coming in from NIA. Abhishek is joining us for more details on this. Abhishek, that's a big development and a move coming in from the side of the NIA, where we are seeing how a person, of course, he was accused in terms of, radicalization and recruitment of Muslim youth for the Lashkar-e-Taiba, and now he has been given rigorous imprisonment. What are the other details that we are gathering?
It was in 2020 when a FIR was registered in West Bengal with respect to the anti-national activity.
Idris was one of them who had been arrested in
2020 in Uttarakhand.
The information was gathered. It was believed that Syed Idris was present in various other social media groups which were practically turning individuals into the agents of the sleeper cells, and they were being trained by the Pakistani groups is what we have been informed. And also the NIA sources had claimed that not only Syed Idris but various other individuals and youth were part of various other social media groups which was trying to radicalize and hunt people down for the banned organization Lashkar-e-Taiba. Now the NIA court has pronounced a judgment where Syed Idris is supposed to face a rigorous sentence for the next 10 years along with a fine of 70,000. It wasn't only Syed M. Idris but various other persons who were taken into custody by the NIA. Police are already in the jail, and the NIA is making sure that the entire loop be found and be brought to the limelight, and all of them to be put behind the bars as of now. So this is a major development with respect to the state of Karnataka, because not only Syed Idris, various other people in Uttara Kannada district who were trying to get into the Lashkar-e-Taiba have already been on the radar of NIA, and this comes down after NIA has given a sentence to Syed.
That's right. Thank you for giving us the details there, Abhishek. Moving on, we have some more breaking developments coming in on the Shankaracharya controversy. The Mela administration has issued a second notice to the massively controversial self-styled Godman. At this point in time, Avimukteshwaranand seeking an explanation over alleged violations and asking why the land allotted to him and the facilities provided should not be cancelled. The notice also questions why he should not be banned from the Mela area and prohibited from entering the venue in the future. Breaking news coming in, Mela officials banning controversial seer. The questions of conduct of the Magh Mela authorities are of course in the limelight, and this is of course the second notice that has been issued by the Mela administration to the controversial self-styled Godman Avimukteshwaranand, seeking an explanation over the alleged violations, and they've also asked in the notice as to why the land which has been allotted to him and the facilities provided should not be cancelled. Let's listen in to these reactions also coming in.
स्वामी जी, यात्रा आपकी चल रही है दूसरे नोटिस के बावजूद, सभी भक्तों में काफी उल्लास भी है, क्या कुछ कहेंगे?
देखिए, बात यह है कि गौ माता की रक्षा का जो कार्य अपने हाथ में लिया है उसको कैसे छोड़ा जा सकता है। तो यहाँ पर जो गौ माता की प्रतिष्ठा के लिए प्रेरणा यात्रा हमारी आरंभ हुई है, मौनी अमावस्या के पहले से ही उसको हम जारी रखे हुए हैं।
लेकिन स्वामी जी, दूसरा जो नोटिस उसमें कहा गया है कि आपकी भूमि का आवंटन रद्द किया जा सकता है, आपको जो सुविधाएं दी जा रही हैं वो रद्द किया जा सकता है, मेला क्षेत्र से आपको प्रतिबंधित किया जा सकता है, क्या इस पर रिएक्शन होगा आपका?
भाई, जो उन्होंने दिया है ले लें, खुशी की बात है, लेकिन बताना पड़ेगा उनको, जनता को भी स्पष्ट करना पड़ेगा कि किस कारण से दिया था कि अब ले रहे हैं। आखिर देते समय अकल कहीं घास चरने गई थी, उस समय क्यों ध्यान नहीं था? अब कौन सा ध्यान ऐसा विशेष आ गया, सपना आ गया कि अब आपको वापस लेना पड़ रहा है? ये तो बताना पड़ेगा ना, जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा कि मेरा पहला निर्णय गलत था कि बाद वाला निर्णय गलत है। इसको उनको स्पष्ट करना पड़ेगा। आखिर उनका कोई एक निर्णय, दो विरुद्ध निर्णय ले रहे हैं, एक निर्णय गलत सिद्ध हो जाएगा, तो आखिर वो गलत निर्णय क्यों लिया था उन्होंने, ये तो उनको सिद्ध करना पड़ेगा।
लेकिन स्वामी जी, जो राजनीतिकरण के आरोप लग रहे हैं कि कई बीजेपी के कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं आप कांग्रेस से मिले हुए इसलिए इस तरह की बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए सब नोटिस आ रहा है, इस पर क्या कहेंगे महाराज?
हम तो सनातन के आचार्य हैं और सनातन का आचार्य अपनी बात अपने धर्म के अनुसार कहता है, जिसके पक्ष में हो, जिसके विपक्ष में हो। जहाँ तक हिंदुओं की बात है, हिंदू जो है भाजपा में भी है, कांग्रेस में भी है, सपा में, बसपा में भी है, तो हम तो हिंदू के आचार्य हैं ना। हमारा तो सब जगह अनुयायी हमारे हर पार्टी में है। इससे क्या लेना देना है कि कौन किस पार्टी का है? हम किसी पार्टी के नहीं हैं और हम सनातन धर्म के हैं।
लेकिन जो बात कही जा रही है कि आप श्रद्धा करिए कि आप शंकराचार्य हैं, कई सारे जो देखिए आपने जिक्र किया कि चारों दिशाओं में आपके शंकराचार्य हैं, उसमें से भी कई लोग देखिए आपके पक्ष में नहीं है, इस पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
4 शंकराचार्य इस देश में हैं, एक हम हैं ज्योतिष पीठ के शंकराचार्य, बाकी 3 पीठ के शंकराचार्य हैं। तीनों पीठों के शंकराचार्यों ने हमारे बारे में कोई कहा हो कि ये शंकराचार्य नहीं है तो बताइए।
महाराज जी, जो आपने एक बात कही कि जब तक वचन नहीं मिलेगा आप तब तक आश्रम में आप नहीं जाएंगे, क्या वचन आपको चाहिए सीएम योगी से?
हमें कोई वचन नहीं चाहिए। सनातन धर्म के लोगों का जो असम्मान यहाँ पर किया गया है उसको रिस्टोर करो, यही हमारा कहना है।
Viewers, now we are going to show you some videos. In the first video, you can see him arguing with the police. Take a look.
कारण बताइए हमको कारण बताइए। कोई भी नई परंपरा के लिए अनुमति नहीं, नई परंपरा नहीं है, पहले से हमारी परिक्रमा होती रही है, उसके प्रमाण है हमारे पास। कोई अनुमति नहीं है जो नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं नई परंपरा नहीं है, ये परंपरा हमारी बहुत पुरानी है। वो चीज आप कोर्ट में लीजिएगा, वो बात आप कोर्ट में रखिएगा। नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं ना कि नई परंपरा, तो आप किस आधार पर ये कह रहे हैं? वहाँ पे कोई अभी नहीं होती ना। क्यों नहीं होती है? रोज होती है, वहाँ रोज परिक्रमा करते हैं सनातन धर्म में।
Another video coming in. This is a second video where he is warned of breaching the barricades.
रोकिए, वो बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ रहे हैं आपके लोग, 2 नंबर की बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ चुके हैं, बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ रहे हैं। आप अपने लोगों को रोकिए, रिक्वेस्ट है, आप अपने लोगों को रोकिए, वहाँ वो बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ रहे हैं। देश में होकर के पुलिस के साथ प्लीज अराजकता ना करें, इतना रिक्वेस्ट है आप लोगों से, सभी से, प्लीज 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 आपसे निवेदन है, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज आप न करें।
And we was in the next video. He is seen dialing Akhilesh Yadav when he speaks of fighting a solo battle.
नारायण कैसे हैं आप? अब देखिए, अब हम तो अपना लड़ रहे हैं, अपनी लड़ाई अभिमन्यु की तरह चक्रव्यूह में लड़ रहे हैं। देखिए, जब कोई बच्चा हिंदू घर में पैदा होता है, हिंदू माँ बाप से, जन्मते ही उसका गंगा यमुना में स्नान करने का जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार हो जाता है। उससे उसको वंचित नहीं किया जा सकता। इन्होंने हमको संगम स्नान से वंचित कर दिया। कितना बड़ा संवैधानिक जो है इन्होंने प्रश्न खड़ा किया है कि क्या किसी हिंदू बच्चे को आप स्नान से वंचित कर सकते हो? कर दिया इन्होंने। हाँ जी जी, सही है।
देखिए, बनारस में तोड़ दिया। आपसे अच्छा कौन नहीं जानता इस साल कितने मंदिर तोड़े इन्होंने, कितनी।
हाँ, सही है, सही है, सही है।
आप तो आगे हैं, आप सब जान। और देखिए, फिर खबर बदलती कि कोई नहीं तोड़ा, कुछ नहीं तोड़ा।
सारा तोड़ दिया इन्होंने। 150 मंदिर हमारे तोड़ दिए हैं और अभी भी तोड़ते चले जा रहे हैं।
और कईयों पे तो अवशेष रखे हुए।
Coming in, viewers, a fresh tussle between the Karnataka governor and the Congress government. It is the government versus governor in Karnataka which has blown out and escalated. There is a huge tension that can be witnessed in the Karnataka Assembly as the fresh tussle has broken out between Karnataka government and, I beg your pardon, between the Karnataka governor and the Congress government in Karnataka. And these are the visuals coming in of the assembly. Earlier also, we showed you how there has been an entire moment of crisis that has been grown inside the assembly. And we continue to stay with these visuals on your screens as the governor has walked out of the Vidhana Soda. Abhishek, my colleague, joining us on the phone line. Abhishek, what exactly has happened? The governor has walked out of the assembly. Abhishek, are you there with us? Okay, looks like we have some audio glitch there with my colleague Abhishek. We will try and get him back. But for now, what we are given to understand that the governor has walked out of the Karnataka Assembly of the Vidhana Soda, where a fresh tussle broke out between the Congress government and, of course, the governor. There's a high drama in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly, which is already seen with the governor now walking out without reading the speech. He has left the assembly without reading his speech. That is when the entire escalation broke out. We can see there the leaders of the Congress government in the visuals coming in. We will also try and understand what has led to this entire escalation at the assembly of this high voltage drama in Karnataka. We will quickly try and get my colleague to give us more details. All right, Niranjan is joining us on the phone line. Niranjan, over to you.
Well, there's been a face-off in the state of Karnataka with the Congress government there having several issues with the speech that was to be made by the governor. And you saw the pictures of the governor simply walking out of the assembly without completing that speech. These are live pictures coming in. And the Congress government basically has had several issues with the speech and mentions of the Ramji bill specifically, because they had raised questions when the decided to rename the bill to Ramji, and the Karnataka governor refused to basically read the government drafted speech. So this is the full controversy. Ahead of the joint session, the Karnataka governor Thawarchand Gehlot refused to read the government drafted speech, and this similar confrontation that took place in Tamil Nadu when Governor Ravi there walked out of the assembly without reading his speech, while his Kerala counterpart Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar also was accused of skipping certain parts that were critical of the union government. The governor basically refused to read portions that were drafted by the Congress government. And he was to give this, speech at the joint session of the legislature. And some of the parts of the speech contained criticism of the government, the central government, the Modi administration, basically. And he refused to do that. A similar thing that happened in Tamil Nadu as well, when Ravi walked out of the assembly without reading the speech. R.N. Ravi, the governor of Tamil Nadu. His Kerala counterpart, Arlekar, also was, accused by the left government. So it's turning out to be a governors versus government face-off in different states, in mostly opposition-ruled states. And the first pictures that are coming in of him walking out, a dramatic confrontation there. It appears that some of the Congress leaders also tried to raise slogans against him while he was walking out. So it is a face-off similar to what we saw in the state of Tamil Nadu, now happening in Karnataka. Back to you for now.
That's right. That's right. As we continue to stay with these visuals coming in from the Vidhan Sauda, Niranjan, also help us understand what happens next. Does this stalemate continue, or are we going to see any movement forward?
Well, as far as this particular controversy goes, the governor had made it clear. In fact, all of yesterday, the governor had made it very clear that he had certain objections with the edits that were made, and then he had refused to read the government drafted speech. So this we knew yesterday itself, and in each opposition ruled state, the state governments have had issues with the governor claiming interference, etc. But in this particular case, in all three states,
ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 176 163 ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಓದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
The governor is not allowed to read out the speech which he has prepared for himself.
ಸರ್ಕಾರದ
The speech which has been prepared by the cabinet of ministers will have to be read by the governor.
ಓದಲೇಬೇಕು.
It is a mandation that he will have to read that.
ಇವತ್ತು ಜಂಟಿ ಅಧಿವೇಶನ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗಿದೆ.
Today a joint assembly had been called for because this is the first assembly of the new year. This is the first joint session.
ಕಾರಣ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಭರವಸೆ ಯೋಜನೆ ಅದನ್ನು ರದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಪೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ
The union government has repealed the name of Mahatma Gandhi.
G. Ramji.
Siddaramaiah is saying that Union government has taken out the name of Mahatma Gandhi and has introduced the name of VBG Ramji.
ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ತೀವ್ರ ವಿರೋಧ ಇದೆ.
Our government is condemning the move of the Union government.
ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಹಾಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
First reason being the removal of Mahatma Gandhi's name from
20 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ
the Yojan. Secondly,
ಮನಮೋಹನ್ ಸಿಂಗ್
in 2005, when Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister then,
ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್.
it also mentioned about the right to work in the directive principles.
Right to education, right to information. ಈ ಕಾಯ್ದೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಂದಿದ್ರು.
In brought right to education, right to information rule back then.
ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬಡ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ
the main reason for him bringing this
100 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾಲ
rule
ಕನಿಷ್ಠ
was for the benefit of people of the rural persons.
ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ
he wanted to give employment to the rural people for at least 100 days.
ದಲಿತರು, ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು,
Gig workers, women and people of backward classes are taking the benefit of this particular yojana.
ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ 53% ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Around 50% of women are taking the benefit of this.
ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಖಾತ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಕೇಳಿದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರ ಜಮೀನುಗಳಲ್ಲೇ, ಸಣ್ಣ ರೈತರಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜಮೀನುಗಳಲ್ಲೇ
these people never knew that if they would get a job.
ಇದನ್ನ
the act brought into force that they could have worked in their own fields and in various other smaller parts. This has been stopped in the VBG Ramji Act. Now the Union government will have to decide the place of work of these people will be decided by the Union government as per the new Act. It is not the decision of the farmers or the women, it is the decision of the Union government. The previous rule, 365 days, people could work wherever they wanted.
ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಆಯಾ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಗಳು, ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಗಳು, ಗ್ರಾಮ ಸಭೆಗಳು.
All right, viewers, let's leave out those developments from Karnataka. We will be back on it. But more news and updates coming in. US President Donald Trump said that United States were stupid to give Greenland back to Denmark after defending it during World War II. And because of such historic miscalculation, the world now faces the greatest risk it has ever faced. This comes amid the backdrop of the Trump administration's stern push to acquire the Arctic territory, claiming it as an important part for its national security. Watch this report.
We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. We're a great power. much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership to defend it. You can't defend it on a lease. Number one, legally it's not defensible that way, totally. And number two, psychologically, who the hell wants to defend a license agreement or a lease, which is a large piece of ice in the middle of the ocean where if there is a war, much of the action will take place on that piece of ice. Think of it. Those missiles would be flying right over the center of that piece of ice. And I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States, just as we have acquired many other territories throughout our history, as many of the European nations have. They've acquired. There's nothing wrong with it. The United States is treated very unfairly by NATO. I want to tell you that. And when you think about it, nobody can dispute it. We give so much and we get so little in return. And I've been a critic of NATO for many years. And yet I've done more to help NATO than any other president by far, than any other person. You wouldn't have NATO if I didn't get involved.
On the live report, 3 agenda-setting stories. First up, even America confirms that there were technical issues with the Boeing 787, the plane that went down in Ahmedabad in June 2025. So why is India then going after the pilots? We have the notice that was sent to Shankaracharya, self-styled Shankaracharya, who could now face a lifetime ban. Yogi government versus Avimukteshwaranand, coming up at 12 p.m. And finally, the 13 questions that were asked to Priya Sachdev. Watch that full sequence on Republic, 12 p.m.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, शंकराचा और मसाला, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिर्फ जल जीरा मसाला। जीरा सिर्फ MDH का जल जीरा सिर्फ MDH का जल जीरा सिर्फ।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Iran is boiling. Iranians are protesting against the Khamenei regime. U.S. President Donald Trump has urged Iranians to keep protesting and take over institutions, and has assured them that help is on the way.
Well, no, they're starting to. Look.
Setting stories. First up, even America confirms that there were technical issues with the Boeing 787, the plane that went down in Ahmedabad in June 2025. So why is India then going after the pilots? We have the notice that was sent to Shankaracharya, self-styled Shankaracharya, who could now face a lifetime ban. Yogi government versus Avimukteshwaranand, coming up at 12 p.m. And finally, the 13 questions that were asked to Priya Sachdev. Watch that full sequence on Republic, 12 p.m.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा मसाला।
Iran is boiling. Iranians are protesting against the Khamenei regime. U.S. President Donald Trump has urged Iranians to keep protesting and take over institutions, and has assured them that help is on the way.
Well, no, they're starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed.
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching the Republic TV, and this is Shivam Dutt Mehta. And top focus will be Shankaracharya. Now, the Mela administration has issued once again another notice. This is the second notice to the massively controversial self-styled Godman, that is Avimukteshwaranand, seeking an explanation over alleged violations and also asking why the land allotted to him and the facilities provided should not be cancelled. We'll get you all the details on the story and a lot more. But first up, the headlines. Donald Trump takes big U-turn, rolls back tariffs imposed on NATO countries, says framework ready for future deal on Greenland.
And yet I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. Did you ever think of that? It's a good way of looking at it. They're smart. China's very smart. They make them, they sell them for a fortune. They sell them to the stupid people that buy them, but they don't use them themselves.
Donald Trump at his Davos speech abuses Europe, says stupid people buy windmill. Trump calls PM Modi fantastic leader at Davos, says we are going to have a good deal. And also, it's election season in Tamil Nadu. Union Minister Piyush Goyal meets AIADMK Chief EPS, says Tamil Nadu will witness change under NDA.
There are allegations of conspiracy. Anything you want to say about it? Rani Kapoor is calling to dissolve the family trust. Do you have to say anything on it? Priya, any response?
Sanjay Kapoor's mother, Rani Kapoor, moves the Delhi High Court against daughter-in-law Priya Sachdev. Republic questions Priya, but she remains silent. And also, high-voltage drama in Karnataka Vidhan Sabha. Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot walks out of assembly without making the customary speech. Well, viewers, we're getting a big breaking news right now at this moment. This is a breaking development coming in on the Shankaracharya, a controversy. Now, the Mela administration has yet again issued a second notice to massively controversial self-styled Godman, that is Avimukteshwaranand, seeking an explanation over alleged violations and asking why the land allotted to him and the facilities provided should not be cancelled. The notice also questions why he should not be banned from the Mela area and prohibited from entering the venue in the future. So this is the second notice. The first notice was about the use of the title of Shankaracharya by Avimukteshwaranand, and he has also leveled his arguments in defense, while this second notice is also from the Mela administration, where they're asking why the land allotted to him and the facilities provided should not be cancelled. All right, graphics on your screen. These are the arguments of Shankaracharya also, where he alleges there are already two Shankaracharyas from Puri in the same location. He is questioning the conduct of Mela authorities. He alleges that two Shankaracharyas from Puri were permitted, then why not me? He also has sent a legal notice. He has also sent a notice to the government. Now, as per the notice claims that the religious feelings of followers are hurt because he was stopped there in the Mela. And he also claims, Shankaracharya, Avimukteshwaranand, claims that it's an interference as matter is pending before Supreme Court. The same argument was given by the Mela authorities that if the matter is pending in the Supreme Court, how can he use the title of Shankaracharya? While he says that the whole action amounts to defaming Shankaracharya. All right, so Avimukteshwaranand, Shankaracharya Avimukteshwaranand spoke exclusively to Republic. Let's listen in.
स्वामी जी, यात्रा आपकी चल रही है दूसरे नोटिस के बावजूद, सभी भक्तों में काफी उल्लास भी है, क्या कुछ कहेंगे?
देखिए, बात यह है कि गौ माता की रक्षा का जो कार्य अपने हाथ में लिया है उसको कैसे छोड़ा जा सकता है। तो यहाँ पर जो गौ माता की प्रतिष्ठा के लिए प्रेरणा यात्रा हमारी आरंभ हुई है मौनी अमावस्या के पहले से ही, उसको हम जारी रखे हुए हैं।
लेकिन स्वामी जी, दूसरा जो नोटिस उसमें कहा गया है कि आपकी भूमि का आवंटन रद्द किया जा सकता है, आपको जो सुविधाएं दी जा रही हैं वो रद्द किया जा सकता है, मेला क्षेत्र से आपको प्रतिबंधित किया जा सकता है, क्या इस पर रिएक्शन होगा आपका?
भाई, जो उन्होंने दिया है ले लें, खुशी की बात है, लेकिन बताना पड़ेगा उनको, जनता को भी स्पष्ट करना पड़ेगा कि किस कारण से दिया था कि अब ले रहे हैं। आखिर देते समय अकल कहीं घास चरने गई थी, उस समय क्यों ध्यान नहीं था? अब कौन सा ध्यान ऐसा विशेष आ गया, सपना आ गया कि अब आपको वापस लेना पड़ रहा है? ये तो बताना पड़ेगा ना, जस्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा कि मेरा पहला निर्णय गलत था कि बाद वाला निर्णय गलत है। इसको उनको स्पष्ट करना पड़ेगा। आखिर उनका कोई एक निर्णय, दो विरुद्ध निर्णय ले रहे हैं, एक निर्णय गलत सिद्ध हो जाएगा, तो आखिर वो गलत निर्णय क्यों लिया था उन्होंने, ये तो उनको सिद्ध करना पड़ेगा।
लेकिन स्वामी जी, जो राजनीतिकरण के आरोप लग रहे हैं कि कई बीजेपी के कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं आप कांग्रेस से मिले हुए इसलिए इस तरह की बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए सब नोटिस आ रहा है, इस पर क्या कहेंगे महाराज?
हम तो सनातन के आचार्य हैं और सनातन का आचार्य अपनी बात अपने धर्म के अनुसार कहता है, जिसके पक्ष में हो, जिसके विपक्ष में हो। जहाँ तक हिंदुओं की बात है, हिंदू जो है भाजपा में भी है, कांग्रेस में भी है, सपा में, बसपा में भी है, तो हम तो हिंदू के आचार्य हैं ना। हमारा तो सब जगह अनुयायी हमारे हर पार्टी में है। इससे क्या लेना देना है कि कौन किस पार्टी का है? हम किसी पार्टी के नहीं हैं और हम सनातन धर्म के हैं।
लेकिन जो बात कही जा रही है कि आप श्रद्धा करिए कि आप शंकराचार्य हैं, कई सारे जो देखिए आपने जिक्र किया कि चारों दिशाओं में आपके शंकराचार्य हैं, उसमें से भी कई लोग देखिए आपके पक्ष में नहीं है, इस पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
4 शंकराचार्य इस देश में हैं, एक हम हैं ज्योतिष पीठ के शंकराचार्य, बाकी 3 पीठ के शंकराचार्य हैं। तीनों पीठों के शंकराचार्यों ने हमारे बारे में कोई कहा हो कि ये शंकराचार्य नहीं है तो बताइए।
महाराज जी, जो आपने एक बात कही कि जब तक वचन नहीं मिलेगा आप तब तक आश्रम में आप नहीं जाएंगे, क्या वचन आपको चाहिए सीएम योगी से?
हमें कोई वचन नहीं चाहिए। सनातन धर्म के लोगों का जो असम्मान यहाँ पर किया गया है उसको रिस्टोर करो, यही हमारा कहना है।
Well, viewers, now we'll show you all the videos of the tussle between Avimukteshwaranand and the Mela authorities. We'll show you videos of the tussle. Now, in the first video, you will be able to see him arguing with the police. He can be seen arguing with the police while he was there in the Mela region. Let's play the video and we'll show you the video also.
कारण बताइए हमको कारण बताइए। कोई भी नई परंपरा नहीं है, पहले से हमारी परिक्रमा होती रही है, उसके प्रमाण है हमारे पास। कोई अनुमति नहीं है जो नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं नई परंपरा नहीं है, ये परंपरा हमारी बहुत पुरानी है। वो चीज आप कोर्ट में लीजिएगा, वो बात आप कोर्ट में रखिएगा। नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं ना कि नई परंपरा, तो आप किस आधार पर ये कह रहे हैं? वहाँ पे कोई अभी नहीं होती ना। क्यों नहीं होती है? रोज होती है, वहाँ रोज परिक्रमा करते हैं सनातन धर्म।
So he's arguing with the police authorities there. And now in the second video, he is warned of breaching the barricades. Let's watch that too.
वो बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ रहे हैं आपके लोग, 2 नंबर की बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ चुके हैं। रिक्वेस्ट के साथ प्लीज अराजकता ना करें, इतना रिक्वेस्ट है आप लोगों से सभी से, प्लीज 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 आपसे निवेदन है, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज आप न करें।
Well, that's not all. In the third video, he is seen dialing Akhilesh Yadav, where he speaks of fighting a solo battle. Watch this video too.
नारायण कैसे हैं आप? अब देखिए, अब हम तो अपना लड़ रहे हैं, अपनी लड़ाई अभिमन्यु की तरह चक्रव्यूह में लड़ रहे हैं। देखिए, जब कोई बच्चा हिंदू घर में पैदा होता है, हिंदू माँ बाप से, जन्मते ही उसका गंगा यमुना में स्नान करने का जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार हो जाता है। उससे उसको वंचित नहीं किया जा सकता। इन्होंने हमको संगम स्नान से वंचित कर दिया। कितना बड़ा संवैधानिक जो है इन्होंने प्रश्न खड़ा किया है कि क्या किसी हिंदू बच्चे को आप स्नान से वंचित कर सकते हो? कर दिया इन्होंने। हाँ जी सही है।
आप देखिए बनारस में तोड़ दिया, आपसे अच्छा कौन नहीं जानता इस साल कितने मंदिर तोड़े इन्होंने, कितनी।
हाँ सही है।
आप तो आगे हैं, आप सब जान देखिए फिर खबर बदलती कि कोई नहीं तोड़ा, कुछ नहीं तोड़ा।
सारा तोड़ दिया इन्होंने। 150 मंदिर हमारे तोड़ दिए हैं और अभी भी तोड़ते चले जा रहे हैं।
और कईयों पे तो अवशेष रखे हुए मंदिर के टूटे हुए।
यही बात है।
तो हम आपके साथ हैं, पंडित जी आएंगे, आपसे मिलेंगे आके।
ठीक है जी, ठीक है।
All right, viewers, let's move on to another big breaking story that we are getting right now in this moment. Breaking news coming in from J&K. Now, encounter between terrorists and security forces broke out in Kishtwar again. Now, encounter breaks out in Singhpura area of Kishtwar, where terrorists escaped on 18th January. Now, the Indian Army and SOG Kishtwar have trapped the terrorists. Now, 2 to 3 terrorists are trapped in the area, and all these terrorists belong to Pak terror outfit that is Jaish-e-Mohammed. So, these terrorists belong to the Jaish-e-Mohammed group, and this is a fresh encounter which broke out between security forces and the hold-up terrorists in Jammu Kashmir's Kishtwar district. Latest updates that we are getting, and these terrorists belong to the group Jaish-e-Mohammed. Another operation has been launched, and 2 to 3 JEM terrorists are trapped in Kishtwar. All right, we have Gursimran for more details on this story. Gursimran, what are the latest details that you are fetching about the terrorists and the encounter?
See, having spoken to the police officials, we can confirm that once again contact has been established with the hiding terrorists in the area of the Singhpura. This is early this morning that the contact has been established. But what we are getting to know that this was the same general area where the operation was underway, that the terrorists were hiding in this very village or the nearby areas for all these 4 days. That now once again contact has been established in the same general area where the terror hideout was busted. It was on the 18th when the contact was first established, but the terrorists fired the UBGL on the security forces, which led to severe injuries. One braveheart, Havaldar Gajendra Singh of the 2nd Parachute Regiment of the Indian Army, which is specialized force, he attained Virgati during the operation, while 8 others, they got injured. Now, once again, the operation has resumed, but the huge consignment of the belonging of the terrorists and the eatables that were recovered from the terror hideout hinted at a larger ploy, that the terrorists were planning a long haul at this very area, or they had been here for a long period of time. So the local support angle is being looked into. Several people have also been detained with this regard, but now once again encounter has broken out. It is being said that 2 to 3 terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed, they have been trapped. That include the previous one group that was earlier declared a reward of 5 lakh by the Kishtwar police, that include Pakistani terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed, Saifullah, Farman and the others that have been trapped in this encounter. Now the security forces are trying to ensure that these terrorists are neutralized at an earliest, and joint forces are operating in the area.
Alright, so these are the latest visuals of a mock drill which is happening, and this is related to Taiwan, China. And these are the latest visuals that we are getting right now at this moment. All right, so these are anti-attack drills which are happening. Now, Taipei city government holds an anti-random attack drill at Taipei main station. All right, viewers, let's move on to our next top story. Now, British Hindus and members of the Bangladeshi diaspora have staged a protest in London accusing Bangladesh's interim government of failing to protect religious minorities. Now, the demonstration took place outside the UK Parliament, with protesters urging the British government to intervene. Here's a detailed report on that.
Families braved rain and cold at Parliament Square, holding placards reading "Save Hindus in Bangladesh" and chants of "Stop killing Hindus" echoed outside the Palace of Westminster. The protest brought together groups including the Bengali Hindu Adarsh Sangha UK, Insight UK and the Hindu Council UK. Organizers say minorities in Bangladesh face growing violence, persecution and killings since the Muhammad Yunus government took charge.
Outside House of Parliament because of the atrocities that are happening in Bangladesh against the minorities, primarily the Hindus, Sikhs and Christians. Why is it happening? Because the Islamists in Bangladesh are trying to wipe out the minorities. You may well have seen somebody being burnt alive on the streets, and the police did not stop this happening. Rapes are going on, all sorts of atrocities. Some say Hindu genocide is carrying on. It cannot carry on. The government of Bangladesh should stop this right now. The British are paying a lot of money to Bangladesh for foreign aid. That should stop if these atrocities carry on. The Indian government too can put some pressure, because it's absolutely unacceptable what is happening in Bangladesh right now.
The Hindu Council UK has accused the Bangladesh administration of failing to protect Hindus as attacks are taking place regularly. The UK government has condemned all acts of violence in Bangladesh and called for peaceful elections. Protesters at the Parliament Square said demonstrations will continue until stronger international action is taken.
Well, viewers, let's move on to our next top story. Now, in a recent showcase of the Indian military firepower, it proved India's growing military strength, from tanks and artillery like the T-90 Bhishma, Arjun and K-9 Vajra to advanced systems like Nag, BrahMos and Akash. We also spoke to the officers behind these weapons to understand what it takes to operate them, which gave us a clear glimpse into India's operational readiness and the true might of the Indian Armed Forces. Here is more on the story.
The Republic Day Parade, we witnessed the true military might of the Indian Armed Forces. Leading the armoured formation were the BMP-2 infantry combat vehicles.
We can now see the BMP-2 crossing us. The BMP-2 is a vehicle that is equipped with the main gun, the 155mm gun, and behind that it has a capacity of carrying 7 to 12 crew members. These are used to insert men into high versatile locations. This is the indigenously developed anti-aircraft tracked vehicle by the Indian Army.
The battle-hardened T-90 Bhishma tanks and the indigenous Arjun main battle tanks with high-caliber main guns capable of engaging targets several kilometers away, and these platforms are comparable to America's Abrams and Russia's T-72s.
These are the Arjun Mark 1 tanks, indigenously developed and deployed in the field. These are the pride of India's nation. With a 155mm smoothbore gun and a range of approximately 800 kilometers, these tanks are been developed by the Indian Army and by the Indigenous Design Bureau of the Indian Army. These armor brigades have been equipped with the Kaveri armor.
With a strike range of around 4 kilometers and fire and forget capability similar to Israel's Spike and the US Javelin, following closely behind was the indigenous Nag anti-tank guided missile system. Rolling in next was the formidable K9 Vajra self-propelled artillery system, which is capable of delivering devastating firepower at ranges exceeding 40 kilometers and giving a tough competition to South Korea's K9 Thunder.
Behind that is the Vajra artillery system. Now these artillery systems are highly mobile, precise, and do away with the requirement of a towed vehicle. This automatically powered, diesel powered generation with 1500 bhp of power and a range of approximately 60 kilometers. This is one of the most powerful vehicles in the Indian Army, having the capability to strike deep into the enemy territory.
Next in line were the anti-drone warfare systems, and these systems provide India the ability to detect, jam and neutralize unmanned aerial threats.
Now this vehicle is of extreme importance because this is the newly developed anti-drone warfare system you can see in the hands of the soldier. This has the capability of using electronic microwave signals to stop drones from coming close to the forces, and this can ensure that drones are stopped without using ammunition or without the use of projectile weapons. This ensures that the cost effectiveness of the attack is reduced by a significant margin.
Alongside them move the highly agile anti-tank mobile teams, equipped with portable missile systems capable of striking armored targets from several kilometers away. These teams add speed, flexibility and lethal punch to India's ground combat doctrine. The army showcased a powerful mix of legacy Soviet-era artillery and modern M777 ultra-light howitzers. While older guns reflect decades of battlefield experience, the NATO-grade M777 capable of striking targets up to 30 kilometers.
These are Soviet-era guns that have gotten a new purpose due to the changing nature of warfare. These Soviet-era guns have now been equipped with modern radar and ranging systems, ensuring that they provide a capable defense against drones, incoming drones. Now, this initially was developed as an anti-aircraft gun for low-flying targets, but however, the changing nature of war is such that these guns have gotten a new lease on life and they have a new defined purpose of doing anti-drone warfare for the Indian Army.
The multi-barrel rocket launching systems, including the Pinaka system, followed next, with strike ranges exceeding beyond 70 kilometers and comparable in role to the US HIMARS and Russia's Smerch.
Behind me you can see the multi-barrel rocket launching system. This played a crucial role during Operation Sindoor. The multi-barrel rocket launching system is a Soviet-era designed multi-barrel rocket launcher. This has been developed further by the DRDO and has now an increased capability of 120 kilometers. This multi-barrel rocket launching system has provided Indian Army with the ability to do area denial, accurate attacks, and most importantly, devastating firepower for the Indian Army. Behind that is the Pinaka system that has been developed by the DRDO. This Pinaka system has a multitude of rockets and multitude of rocket types that have been inducted with a range of approximately 90 to 120 kilometers. This is one of the longest range rocket launching systems in the Indian Army. It also played a very crucial role during Operation Sindoor because this has been completely developed